Hello, everyone. Let me ask you a few questions. Are you struggling with inconsistent trading results? Do you often feel frustrated taking profits too soon or entering trades too early, only to watch them move against you, even when your analysis is spot on? Or perhaps you've achieved a level of success in your trading, but aren't quite sure how to break through to the next stage of growth. If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're in the right place. It's clear you're ready for something more, a bigger future for yourself, perhaps. But here's the truth. If you keep doing the same things you've always done, you'll continue to get the same results. Real change requires a shift in strategy, mindset, and execution. My name is Jody Samuels, and I am excited to welcome you to your path to elite trading in 2025, the Wavy Tunnel PRO Mastermind. I'm joined by my esteemed colleagues, Neil Bradford and Shamsul Arifin, for what I hope will be an inspiring and transformational event for your trading journey. Together, we'll guide you through proven strategies, share actionable insights, and help you build a framework to trade with confidence and clarity. Today's session is designed to provide you with a deep dive into what's possible with the Wavy Tunnel Pro system and to introduce you to the Wavy Tunnel Pro Accelerated Training Program, which kicks off on December 8th. This program is the fastest, most effective way to master the strategies we're discussing today, giving you the tools to transform your trading results in a matter of weeks. And here's an exciting bonus for joining us. If you stay until the very end of this session, you'll be eligible to receive exclusive prizes and discounts that could make this opportunity even more rewarding. I want to take a moment to acknowledge you. By being here today, you've already demonstrated your commitment to personal and professional growth. You've chosen to invest your time, one of your most valuable resources, into becoming a better trader. And I promise to do everything I can to ensure this session, this mastermind session, is well worth that investment of time. So let's get started on this exciting journey toward elite trading. And I can't wait to share how you can take the next step with us in the Wavy Tunnel Pro Accelerated Training Program. Today, this is our schedule. I'm going to start, followed by my topic is From Hobbyist to Elite Trader, 4 Simple Steps with Wavy Tunnel Pro, followed by Neil, How to Find High Quality Trades Using the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Scanner, followed by Shamsul, Predict Market Movements with Wavy Tunnel Pro Institutional Price Action Tools, and then I will wrap it up with the Wavy Tunnel Pro Accelerated Training Program and more on following the market cycles and how to set the framework for being in the accelerated training program with special discounts and prizes. Please read this disclaimer to yourselves, and thank you. Well, welcome to From Hobby Trader to Elite Trader, creating a trader's edge blueprint with 4 simple steps. You might want to take notes during this presentation, and I hope you get a lot out of this. But before we begin, let me introduce myself. For some of you who don't know me, I spent 15 years at JP Morgan as a foreign exchange trader, generating millions for the bank. Today, I trade stocks, options, futures, and Forex for myself and lead my education company, the FX Trader's Edge, with a dedicated team. Together, we coach and mentor traders. I also wrote a book called The Trader's Pendulum and developed the Wavy Tunnel Pro system to trade the market cycles, which I'll explain later. So, thank you for your time and trust today. Let's begin with the Hobby Trader, Part 1. Before creating a plan, we need to know where we are and where we want to go, right? It's like those reality TV makeover shows, like Love It or Listed or Fixer Upper, where you see a transformation from before to after. In today's makeover trader show, the before is the hobby trader who lives in old habits house. After the transformation, they become an elite trader living in transformation villas. Old habits house is where nothing changes. Your current results stay the same. But at transformation villas, you change what's necessary to get better results. So, where would you rather live? Old habits house or transformation villas? And you can type in the chat if you want to be interactive here. The first key question to ask yourself on this journey to becoming an elite trader is, why are you trading? What's your reason for starting a trading business? Making money isn't the answer. What's your real why? Is it just for fun, to be part of a community, or to make a little extra money? That sounds like a hobby. Or is it to reach a specific income level, grow your portfolio, or buy a vacation or retirement property? Now you're thinking like an elite trader. But listen to me now. The bigger your why, the easier the how. When you understand your reason for doing something, figuring out how to do it becomes easier. And as you dig deeper, think big and with passion, because passion helps turn the goals into reality and takes you from good to great. Every entrepreneur knows that when you set a goal and understand your why, passion drives your decisions and keeps you going. So know your why. Let me explain the hobby trader. Though this is an extreme example to make the point, you might not fit it exactly, but you'll probably relate to some of it. At first, the hobby trader is excited and confident they'll make a lot of money, but they have no goals and don't even know why they want to succeed. They follow lots of people, listen to media hype, spend money on gurus, and trade impulsively without clear reasons or rules. Still determined to make it big, without knowing what that really means, they dive into research and end up in information overload, unsure of what's useful. Confidence fades as they chase the perfect strategy or someone who can give them profitable trades every day. So, after following many so called mentors and not finding success, they feel lost and frustrated. They were aiming for big wins with no discipline, and it only led to losses and discouragement. In short, hobby traders are out of shape. And as an outsider, I want to help them. I know their struggles because I've been there myself, being influenced by gurus, making wrong moves without a plan, and riding the emotional roller coaster of volatile markets. When I started trading currencies in the volatile 1980s during Paul Volcker's time at the Fed, rising interest rates, inflation, and market volatility made things tough. The roller coaster ride of emotions and profits was hard to handle. Can you relate to that? The good news is that these challenges led me to start the FX Trader's Edge and create the Wavy Tunnel Pro mentoring and coaching program, which you'll hear about later. Coaching traders helps me stay balanced in my own trading, and what I teach is a constant reminder for me. Let's take it a step further and look at how market volatility can fuel emotions and hurt a trader's profit if not managed. Imagine feeling, can you just see my cursor here? Neil, can you see the cursor? Can someone type a Y in the box or I can use the annotation?
Yes, we can see it,
You
Jody.
can see it. Okay, great. Imagine feeling the fear. Okay, let's feel the fear. Hobby trader will do the following. They'll buy in blue, right down here, sell in red, being really excited that they made a profit, and then second guess and kick themselves for missing out up here, FOMO. So then they act impulsively and they buy again. And then the market drops and they bail in red, buying high and selling low. Have you ever done this? Has anybody ever done this? Could you imagine the vast emotions that go into these decisions? That's what we struggle with as traders. Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. But training your brain to do this takes practice. Have you noticed it's hard to make good trading decisions when emotions are running high? That's when we get impulsive and we do things that aren't on our trade plan. The stronger the emotions, the less objective your decisions become. So when emotions go up, objectivity goes down. If you've been in this situation, you're not alone. And it's exactly what we work on in the Wavy Tunnel Pro mentoring and coaching program. Let's take a step back now and look at the hobbyist mentality, the mentality, belief, and the consequence. Hobbyist mentality number one, have unrealistic expectations with random goals and no why behind the goals. Hobby traders believe they can double their money every month and do it from an island. What's the consequence? Trading success will never be true success, just elusive, and random goals get random results. I have heard this many, many times from traders over the years. Hobbyist mentality number two. Hobby traders don't understand that all traders have different trading personalities and one size doesn't fit all. They believe they will find the Holy Grail if they keep looking, but never stop to think what they really need and what resonates with their personality. What's the consequence? Lily pad traders and early burnout. So jumping from strategy to strategy, from mentor to mentor, from coach to coach. This is what many traders do. It's still happening. I still have traders that told me everything that they've paid for over the years, and they're still doing it. So let me just give you some advice. Just focus on something that resonates with you and stick with it and stick with it and just work on yourself. Hobbyist mentality number three. Hobby traders don't need a trading system or a trade plan with rules, which is a repeatable process for trading decisions. They believe they have that having a system is boring and don't like following rules, and that's why they left their jobs. What's the consequence? They waste time and effort because no rules mean no profits. That's right. And let me add another tidbit here. When you have a system that is boring and you're making money from that system, keep doing it over and over again. The more boring it is, the better it is, because that means you've mastered the system and you've mastered your strategy. Hobbyist mentality number four. Hobby traders don't need to track their trades and review their performance. Oh no. They believe they can learn by trial and error and avoid learning about money and trade management. What's the consequence? They never reach their full potential as traders. This sounds to me like being in denial when you take your trades and you don't track the trades. It's easy to just keep going, isn't it? But will that improve performance? Will that contribute to growth as a trader? I don't think so. And let's do hobbyist mentality number 5. Hobby traders don't need to be accountable to themselves or a coach or commit to a trading education. They believe they can learn trading on their own by bracing the roller coaster ride in the markets themselves. What is the consequence? Fail to learn, fail to earn. Riding the gamut of emotions between fear and greed causes burnout and losing money. Trading isn't a quick fix. I'm sure all of you know that. Many of you have been in the markets for a long time. There's no quick fix to trading, is there? So it's very, very important. Accountability is key. And having a coach or committing to trading education and then reviewing that education over and over again, that is really, really key. And that's what's great about our program, because once you sign up for the Wavy Tunnel Pro Accelerated Training, you always have it. I have students that have contacted me that have taken the program 5 years ago and have said they lost their, well, we changed websites, so they weren't able to log in. So I gave them access. So I think that's a great plus, that you keep reviewing what you've learned if it resonates with you. If you can relate to any of the hobby trader habits that we just went through, that's great. It might mean you're ready to join the Wavy Tunnel Pro mentoring and coaching program to tackle these issues in a structured way. But before we get into that, now that we understand the hobby trader mindset, let's focus on the 3 problems most hobby traders face and how they respond. Pay attention, because we're going to revisit this when we discuss the elite trader solution and how to go from hobby trader to elite trader with a simple action plan. Problem number 1, and see if you can relate to this, and type a Y in the box if you can relate to this. A large drawdown happens because of taking a bigger position than usual. That's the problem. A large drawdown happens because of taking a bigger position than usual. Anybody experience that? I'm seeing some Y's in the box. Okay. What is the hobbyist reaction? I give up. An extreme response, feeling ready to quit trading. Greed takes over after a few wins, leading to this mistake. And I'm glad to see that some of you have said yes a long time ago and not lately. That's fantastic. The next problem, the pain of consecutive losses caused by overtrading mindlessly. That's a real problem, overtrading and experiencing the pain of consecutive losses and possibly losing the account. So what is the hobbyist reaction? I think I need a new mentor. Blaming the mentor and feeling discouraged with a deflated ego. Has anybody experienced these emotions? Third problem, they move the stop before it hits, and the market continues to move against them. So moving the stop doesn't hit, and the market continues to move against you, so you end up losing more. So what is the hobbyist reaction? I knew the market was going to reverse. Thoughts of would've, should've, could've, while blaming the market. Now that you understand how hobby traders think and react, ask yourselves these questions. Are you a hobby trader living at old habits house? Do you want to remain there or get out of there? Answer in the chat. Yes, for getting out of old habits house, or no for wanting to stay. Okay? Yes for getting out and no for wanting to stay. Every single person in this room should be typing a Y. Get it into your heads. Yes, I want to get out of there. Okay, great. So now we are ready for part 2, the Trader's Edge Blueprint. I think you have a good idea about the hobby trader. From hobby trader to elite trader best practices. Now that we understand the core elements that limit growth and profits of the hobby trader, let me show you how to make simple changes to remove these limitations. Let's revisit the 3 problems that hobby traders face and see how an elite trader handles these challenges. And to give you a hint, we saw how the hobby trader reacts emotionally, but the elite trader focuses on solving the problem, more action and less story. Let's get to it. So, the first problem, a large drawdown happens because of taking a bigger position than usual. The hobbyist reaction is an emotional extreme response, giving up. What is the elite trader solution? Trades with risk management, position sizing, and trade management with a clear plan to manage the trade. So, risk management is about position sizing based on your stop loss, and trade management is the plan to manage the trades, the plan to take your profits. Maybe you're going to move your stop. Maybe you learn in the Wavy Tunnel Pro accelerated training about the 3 profiteers and how to set that up, taking 3 different positions. So this is what you learn in the program, and this is the elite trader solution. Second problem, the pain of consecutive losses caused by overtrading mindlessly. And the hobbyist reaction, wanting to blame the mentor and feeling discouraged with a deflated ego. So what is the elite trader solution? Problem focused, reviews the strategy, trades selectively, has clear mental state, and waits patiently for the next trade setup. This is key, waiting patiently for the next trade setup. They review the trades at the end of the week, not to make the same mistakes twice. And if they trade a lot in a day, they review the trades at the end of every single day so that they see the mistakes that are being made and they avoid repeating the mistakes. And that doesn't mean that elite traders don't lose money. They do, but it's managed. It's risk managed. Problem number 3, they move the stop before it hits, and the market continues to move against you. What is the hobbyist reaction? I knew the market was going to reverse. Thoughts of would have, could have, should have, while blaming the market. So, what does the elite trader do? The elite trader follows the plan, exits the trade, and moves on. They take loss with no ego. This fixes the problem and not the blame. That's the key. So, what do we learn from this? Hobby traders tend to be more emotional and impulsive, while elite traders manage their emotions and stick to their trading plans. Elite traders are disciplined, following through on plans and commitments, while hobby traders often give up too soon. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody has emotions. I've had to deal with trading emotions my entire career. And some people are more prone to strong feelings than others. But highly emotional states can lead to impulsive decisions and loss of focus. That's why having rules is so important. They keep us grounded in our trading, even when emotions are high. So, in this example, the hobby trader's emotions swing between fear and greed. So, they treat trading more like a hobby than a business. Elite traders, on the other hand, think and act like entrepreneurs. That's a good buzzword for you. Entrepreneurs, business people, developing strong trading habits. So hopefully you can relate to some of this and you're getting some good ideas from this. How to become an elite trader. Let's discuss that. Now that you understand how hobby traders think and how elite traders act, ask yourself this important question. Do you want to start increasing your trading income? The path to adopting a Wavy Tunnel Pro mindset begins here. So, how do you become an elite trader? Well, the answer is simple, by changing your habits and doing what successful entrepreneurs do. Let's start with this question. How can we change our habits and move to transformation villas? At a Tony Robbins event that I attended once, I learned a key idea. We can't control the external world, like the markets, but we can control our internal world, our thoughts, feelings, and actions that create patterns in our trading. For example, if you're impatient and enter trades too soon, that's a habit. Now that you recognize this habit, can you change it? Yes. To transform your trading results, you need to break the pattern of impatience. And you can do that. So, can you relate to the idea that being more patient with your trades could lead to better results? And there are other habits that you might have developed over time that you might want to change. The first step is recognizing what these habits are, and then you can work on changing them. And change doesn't happen overnight. Trading is an evolution, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that goes with the emotionals that we have to deal with as well. Now let's revisit the top 3 problems hobby traders face, but this time with a new perspective. What you'll notice is that each problem has a root cause tied to a pattern. And the good news is those patterns can be changed, as we just discussed. Let's go back to the first problem. This is an old pattern, taking a bigger position than usual. The old pattern is feeling ready to quit trading. Let's reframe that in our brain and reframe that with a new pattern with tools. What are the tools? Risk management and trade management. When we use risk management and trade management, we create a new pattern so that the old pattern shows up less and less. This is how we change. The next example, overtrading mindlessly. Well, that's an old pattern, overtrading mindlessly. Blaming the mentor and feeling discouraged with a deflated ego. That's overtrading and blaming the mentor. Old patterns. These are old patterns. What is the new pattern? Waiting patiently for the next trade setup. Another pattern might be to overtrade mindlessly on a demo account so that you're not trading real money. If you really want to overtrade mindlessly, open up a demo account and just trade. Maybe test out a new strategy on there, but not on your real account with your hard earned money. And the third problem, they move the stop before it hits. Okay? That's an old pattern. Blaming the market, the reaction, blaming the market. This is an old pattern. What is the new pattern? Following the plan and moving on. That's right, following the plan and moving on. So I'd like to ask you this question. How many of you can relate to this? And how many of you have old patterns that you want to change with new patterns that you want to replace the old patterns with? Why don't you type? I'm going to pause the recording for about 2 minutes and type some of the old patterns that you want to change into the box, and then I'm going to read them. So I'm just going to pause the recording for just a few minutes so that you can do this. So think of some, yeah, I guess yeah, think of some old patterns. Type down some old patterns that you want to work on and replace with new patterns. Okay? And when we have enough in here, I'll start the recording and then I will read these out loud so that everybody can hear them. Come on, I want some more. There's 64 people in the room. I want some more. Oh, is it true that those that aren't posting just don't have anything that they want to work on? Okay. Let me start the recording again. Okay, great answers, everybody. Let me read what some of you have written. So I asked the question, what are some of the old patterns that you want to change? Moving the stops before it hits, great one. Impulsive entries, great one. To give up my uncontrolled trading, terrific. Chicken out and sell when the market goes against me. Revenge trading, yeah, revenge trading is a big one. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Use your demo account for that, okay? Getting out of winning trades too early. Join our program and you can learn about the three profiteers. I was also a bit of a perfectionist, getting out when I would trade with one position, I would get out too early. I would just kick myself when the market moved higher. So that's why I developed the three profiteers to carry some of the trade if the market continued to move. Moving stops. Yeah, moving stops is a big one. There's always another train to catch when you're on the platform. If you miss a train, you can always catch the next one. Moving stop is not such a great idea because you can always get in again. You can always get in again, but you can't recover the big loss so quickly if you move your stop because you're just convinced that it's not going to go any further. FOMO, that's a big one. Fear of missing out. Yes, those are the emotions. And I'm going to talk a lot about this. I'm going to teach you about the market cycles in my talk after Neil and Shamsil go, and we're going to speak about FOMO. Getting enough info to see green on the screen right away rather than red on a majority of trades. Yes, you want to see green so you can gain confidence. Hi, Shane. You can gain confidence. Absolutely. Okay, well we can work on that. And fear of the next trade after a loss. Yes, we as traders move between fear and greed. Did you notice that? When we have a loss, we go into fear mode. And when we have profits, we go into greed mode. So, what do we want to do? We want to stay balanced between fear and greed. And we can work on that. We can work on that. Fear of the next trade after a loss. Yes. So what I would say right now about that is review your trade and see if you followed your trade plan. And was the loss as you expected in your trade plan? If it wasn't, then it's a loss that can be avoided. If it was, and you know your system, then you know that your system will have some losses. I'm just going to pause the recording for 1 second because my doorbell just rang. Can you just excuse me for 1 second, please? I apologize for that. Yeah, I apologize for that. So let's start the recording again. Well, thanks for your comments. My goal for everyone here today is to have the trader's edge and become elite traders, or at least begin thinking about becoming an elite trader. So I'm going to introduce the Trader's Edge blueprint to help you develop some new patterns. So follow along. Traders often talk about getting the edge, but what does it really mean? Like even when you talk about getting the edge as an institutional trader, most institutional traders want to have an edge. But what does it really mean? Edge is the ability for a trader to be resilient, no matter what the market throws at them, weathering difficult markets while maintaining confidence. Now, even institutional pro traders work on this stuff. It doesn't come naturally for a lot of people. They work on this stuff with coaches. I know this for a fact. Hedge fund traders and institutional traders. So we in the retail sector can do the same. If we want to compete, well, we're not competing with institutional traders, but if we want to do well ourselves, then we need to work on ourselves so that we have the edge. So I've broken down edge into 4 key components to becoming an elite trader. E for entrepreneur, for elite entrepreneur, D for defined goals, G for game plan, and E for energetic mind and body. So let's start with E for elite entrepreneur. Having the edge means having accountability and expertise. Losing the edge means lacking focus and lacking passion. Let's elaborate on that. Entrepreneurs take responsibility, they stay accountable, and build the expertise needed to run a successful trading business. They rely on personal discipline, grounded in commitment, patience, independence, responsibility, and focus. They are always seeking the edge. So I'm going to go through some general trading rules to stay on track, and you can develop these yourselves. I've come up with 10 of them that you can take notes on, and you might modify them for your own trading personality. So the first general rule that an elite trader follows, and these are just my rules, okay, to stay on track. So you might come up with different rules. I risk no more than 2 to 10% on my account on any one trade. I remind myself that trading is a marathon, not a sprint. I do not take on unnecessary risk by adding more contracts to my trades. So let me just show you the percent drawdown table here. If you risk 10%, that means that you can take 10 trades, if you have 10 losing trades in a row, before you're busted. You only get to take 10 trades. And in the right column, the percent gain required to recoup losses is a multiple of the percent drawdown. So if we have a 50% drawdown, you need to make 100% to recoup losses. So let's take this one step further. If you risk 2%, then you can take 50 trades. So you divide 100 by 2 and you get 50. Rather than 10 trades, you can take 50, you can have 50 losing trades in a row, which you're not going to do. If you do, come talk to me and we'll we'll create a strategy so that we do the opposite of what you're doing. That's a joke, but it's not really. Um, so you can take 50 trades to be busted. And if you risk 1%, then you can take 100 trades before you're busted if they're all losing trades. So what does that tell me? That tells me that if I want to stay and treat this as a marathon and not a sprint, I want to have a lower risk per trade. Okay, I want to have a lower risk per trade so that I can continue to trade and modify my trading strategy if need be, tweak it. Okay. Oh, I got a little laugh. I got a little laugh. Okay. Excuse me. Hold on. It just have a scratchy throat here. Okay. Second general trading rule. Trading is about probabilities. I know the win-loss ratio, the win percentage of the strategy I'm trading. I will trade what the market gives me and not focus on individual trade results. Yeah, everybody's going to have a different win-loss ratio. If 10 people, if everybody signs up for the Wavy Tunnel Pro accelerated training, and everybody will trade it differently, and everybody will have a different win-loss ratio. Like it's interesting, but over the years, when traders want to sign up, they always ask me, what is the win-loss ratio of the system? You really can't ask that question because everybody trades the system differently. And that's what requires the work. The work is learning the system, but that learning how we can trade the system optimally for our trading personalities. And that means figuring out what time frames we're trading, whether we're a swing trader or a day trader or a momentum trader slash scalper. That's the work that we need to do to figure that piece out. Number 3, the market doesn't go straight up. The market can go up, down, or sideways, depending on where the instrument is in the market cycle. I make sure to do my top-down approach before trading so I know where we are in the market cycle. This is what I tell traders to do all the time, even if they're scalping, momentum trading, day trading. Look at the bigger time frame. Look at the daily chart. See where we are. And there are a number of other things that you can do to prepare yourself for the trading day. And I'm going to go through this in detail in the last presentation of the day. So stay tuned for that. Number 4, I scale my profits at 3 different levels and implement a trade plan for doing so. So that's my 3 profiteers that you will learn in the Wavy Tunnel Pro Accelerated training. Some people have 2 profit levels and move their stop to break even after the first profit level is hit. I typically use 3 profit levels, and that's also a function of your personality, uh, and what you need to work on. If you want to work on extending your profits, then you might want to have, at least 2 different profit targets. Number 5, I am comfortable setting stop losses and sticking to them. Yeah, I mean, it's really important to have a stop loss, and it's even more important to stick to them. Like I said before, if we have a stop loss and if we get stopped out, we don't have to kick ourselves. We can always get back in if the market turns in the direction that we thought it was going to turn. But I think from my experience, for me at least, it's much better to set the stop loss. Number 6, I practice all new strategies in my demo or paper trading account until I feel comfortable and train the brain to take these positions religiously. I follow my trade plan. Yeah, trading is a lot about training the brain. I said that a lot today, haven't I? Because it's easy to deviate. It's easy to do something different, to try something different. And it, some of us are more creative than others. So we might creatively do something different because we like creativity. So for that, I say do something else for your creativity and treat trading like a business. And these are all things that I've had to deal with over my trading career. Number 7, if I miss the trade, that's a hard pass. There is always another trade around the corner. I can't tell you how many trades I've missed and the FOMO that I've had. And the more disciplined I am, the more I won't miss a trade. But that requires setting up for me, if it's in stock, setting up my checklist and reviewing that once a week or once a day. So I've gotten much better if and not jumping in if I miss the trade and looking for another opportunity to get into that. And I'm going to show you some examples in my last session for that. Number 8, I avoid emotional trades that do not follow my trade plan. That's called intuition. Intuition instead of intuition. An emotional trade that's based on FOMO or yeah, that's I know that I've got to avoid them. Number 9, I am happy taking profits and losses, and I don't focus on the money in the account. Rather, I focus on the setup instead. Yeah, that's kind of important. That's not to say that you're not going to focus. You don't know what your trade will generate in terms of profits and losses. Of course, you will know that in advance, but focus on the setup to make sure the setup is there before taking the trade. Number 10, I only trade when I am in a healthy state of mind. Yeah, that's really important. I mean, if something, if a challenge happens in family life or personal life, it's better to stay out of the market. Like when I worked at the bank, I worked on Wall Street with JP Morgan and for almost 15 years. And when somebody had an issue, if somebody died in the family, they would be told no trading, like take the week off, 2 weeks off, just no trading. Because what happens when when those emotions get in the way? Um, revenge trading or something else. Okay, so that's E for elite entrepreneur. Now let's talk about D for defined goals. Wavy Tunnel Pro trading goals, having the edge, hobby player, losing the edge. D for defined goals. Elite traders set defined and clear goals because they take trading seriously. Goals help you focus and track your progress. As a trader, you work mostly on your own, so you must be both your boss and employee at the same time. Learning to manage yourself, stay motivated, and remain disciplined is a crucial skill. And the first step in the Wavy Tunnel Pro coaching part of the program is writing down your goals. I do that as an exercise right at the beginning, giving of the accelerated training, giving you as an elite trader clarity on what you want to achieve and why. This blueprint to success is reviewed and updated yearly because our goals change. Our strategies might change. We have a better understanding about what type of trader we are, what resonates better with us. I know mine have changed over the years a lot. So that's D for defined goals. Let's go on to G for game plan. Our game plan for having the edge is using the Wavy Tunnel Pro trading system and strategies with the trade plan. And in our next session, Neil is going to talk all about how he uses the Wavy Tunnel Pro system and scanner, and he's going to get into the nitty gritty with you. Okay. What about losing the edge for game plan? Winging it. Winging it. Can we afford to wing it? Absolutely not. So, game plan. Having a solid game plan or strategy that works and consistently sticking to it is key to profitable trades. A game plan involves both planning the trade and trading the plan. This includes defining and testing your trading strategies. Once your strategy is set, the trade plan focuses on executing it. Now, in the Wavy Tunnel Pro accelerated training, we have many, many different trades that we can take. And Neil is going to show you many of them. And all I can say is that it's important for you to try out a few at a time or one at a time and see what resonates with you. And if you find a trade that really resonates with you, one of the trading strategies, then that's the trade plan that you're going to follow. A trading system is essential for two main reasons. It provides a consistent method with a win-loss ratio better than chance. So better than chance is above 50%. But let me just add something to that about, let me see what time it is. Okay, you have 6 minutes. Win-loss ratio. When you have a bigger win compared to your losses, your stop losses, you're going to make money. You're going to make money. And so that's why a lot of traders are at the stage of, okay, let me increase the size of my wins. Like these are things that you can work on. You see what the average size of your losses are compared to the size of your wins, and we can work on that as traders. A trading system helps reduce emotional decision making. We talked a lot about that. And elite traders trust their system, but remain open to fine tuning it as they learn new techniques. But they always have a game plan, always have a game plan. Let's move on to E for energetic mind and body. Having the edge means having winning attitudes, positive trading beliefs, exercise, and meditation. And losing the edge having losing attitudes, negativity, and reverting to old habits. Feeling good physically and mentally on a regular basis has a big impact on trading performance. Successful traders often trade in the zone. You've heard that. And a key to achieving that is maintaining an energetic mind and body. So, positive affirmations, a healthy diet, exercise, and meditation are some of the ways to keep your mind and body in top shape, helping you stay focused and stick to your trade plan. So, what do I do? Uh, my favorite is meditation on this list. If I don't meditate in the morning, yes, I meditated this morning. If I don't meditate in the morning, then I'm really not ready for my day. And I don't meditate every day. Sometimes I just don't. And it affects me. I notice it. So I try to do all of these things on this list. And that helps me in my trading. It helps me in managing my life. Never mind just trading. It helps me in managing my life. So today we discussed the Trader's Edge makeover and created a blueprint to transition from hobby trader to elite trader. Becoming an elite trader involves developing new patterns, as we discussed, and to do that, we need a clear vision for our Trader's Edge blueprint. And we also learned that with a strong why behind our vision, we increase our chances of success. So I want to thank everybody here who approached today with an open mind. Moving to a higher level of trading may require letting go of old ways and being open to new approaches. And you're going to learn some new approaches coming up with Neil and Shamsel. I'm very excited for that. So, as Neil and Shamsel present, I encourage you to keep an open mind as they are both outstanding mentors and coaches who believe in the Wavy Tunnel Pro system and use it daily in their trading. Neil is going to go up next at 1 o'clock, and he's going to discuss how to find high quality trades using the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Scanner. He will dive deep into the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Scanner tool and demonstrate exactly how to identify trades in real time during each trading session that he manages in the New York and London trading rooms. Learn to spot trends and make data driven decisions with ease. And then at 2 o'clock, Shamsel will be on. I'll introduce him before he goes, and then I'm going to wrap it up at 3 o'clock. So I'd like to end with my coaching poem by Guillaume Apollinaire, a French poet and philosopher. Come to the edge. We can't. We're afraid. Come to the edge. We can't. We will fall. Come to the edge. And they came, and he pushed them, and they flew. It is my hope for you today that we can nudge you a little bit so that you fly as traders and that you grow as traders. And I'm very excited for the rest of our mastermind session. And please reach out to me if you have any questions at all, Jody at fxtradersedge.com. Thank you very much. Now, I am going to stop sharing, but I want to stop the recording so that I can start it again. Hang on.